Ladies and gentlemen, the name of the podcast, which is picking up steam yet again.
Is it?
Yes. And
Hills and Valleys.
And I'm working on some big stuff with it right now, Syfe, but I'll tell you about later. No, it's going to be good for us. It's called Juan Epstein, and we have a return from one of the legends, the gods, E-Dub, Eric Sermon.
Yes.
He's back, the Green-Eyed Bandit.
Yeah.
E-Dub, what up?
What's up?
Funk Lord. You got a mixtape out.
Yes.
Still doing this rap thing.
Let me tell you real quick. Can I just jump in real quick? First
please.
of all, I'm having a shitty day. We had some problems with our boss, so part of my French.
No way.
Just talking
It's
to the
horrible.
mic, yo. Whoever the fuck sends out your music or your MP3s, they're all in mono.
Yeah, me. I do that.
What the fuck? Are you a do you know how to use a computer?
I don't.
Did you have a Commodore 64 in your crib?
This is all new to me. But I'm fixing it now. I'm fixing it. We fixing it
you
now.
told me that the other day. What do
No,
you
when
mean?
I do, it's in mono. Like let's say when you bring the thing into Pro Tools,
Yeah.
Pro Tools attracts a stereo, the left side and the right side, so you
Yeah.
can pan it.
Yeah.
When he puts it in, it's just one
Yeah,
track, and you have to set a mono track.
Yeah.
Yo,
You know what? Again, this is all new to me.
yeah, it's me.
This whole thing is mad new to me. So when I was getting that, like, yo, it was too low, or it wasn't on 360. What's that called? The computer has to be on a certain type of level
320 for the MP3.
Whatever. This is all new to me, so I fixed all that.
Okay,
I fixed it late.
So send me all that, because I remember you had a joint with Rick Ross that was crazy.
Yeah.
I love that joint.
You know what's so bugged out is the fact, like, all this stuff, which is so dope, because I want to call y'all the mainstream, because y'all, especially you, like, you're hip hop heads, but I didn't go to do mainstream. I went strictly underground with it. So I figured that the underground I was doing was underground, but I still had to have
you still gotta have the quality.
Still have to have the quality, which it was quality, but I didn't have it.
No, but the
I know.
hours,
I know.
I've seen you in the studio.
Yeah.
Like the studio I used to go to was like the studio that he made famous back in the days, like Mirror Image and all that. I used to go there, and the engineer was like, he mixed like all the famous Redman records that we love. And I seen you work in the studio, and I know it's quality.
Yeah.
And then one flick of a button on a laptop will make all that quality just go to shit.
Yeah. We was getting killed, but so I had to go again with the dat piff again. It was the quality or whatever, because I'm like, yo, I'm new. And I get into all that too about the music, because I'm not trying to sit here and be a rapper to get a career. I'm already me. I'm already iconic. But for me to bring what I'm doing through, like Jay does too. Oh, shit slow? Oh, put some records out. Then I started get stuff generating to come behind me. So that's what I'm doing. I was doing that to do. That's why I didn't sell no music. There's Ricky on there, 50 Cent, Swiss. I got a lot of people on my thing. People like, you get away for free? Yes, I did, because I'm not trying to do that. I need for y'all to hear me so I can bring all this shit with me.
And be clear, because Eric will have you remember if you forget. He's already rich. This is for fun.
I know. I'm already famous. I'm already iconic, so I don't need to become something. I think that our colleagues, when y'all be killing, not y'all, but people be killing the people who like, yo, they still doing it. We the only genre who does that.
No, we shouldn't do that.
They let Madonna go out at 53 years old and go do the Super Bowl without no problem. They let Bruce Springsteen rock. They let Paul McCartney go in there and do whatever. So that means if you in the radio business and you still here, what were you supposed to be doing? Because
well said.
Sade came out. She was 52 years old. She sold the most copies out of anybody that year when she came and did 526,000 pieces the first week. Nobody knew her, but she still won. The veterans are all the actors you see. The veterans, like you see the Boston Celtics, the Lakers, they all be like, oh, they old, but they kicking ass. The Spurs.
Exactly. Well said, because it's funny.
Come on, man.
Rock radio, let's say rock radio's, they're doing the thing, they're playing new artists, of course, but then if some huge rock icon drops a record, they play it.
They play it right away.
Of course they do.
No questions asked whatsoever. So again, with me, luckily, I swear, when I talked to y'all, because I listened to you. Remember I told you before, because I was kind of upset with you. Yes.
Well, I explained what you deal with on the weekend is not the same as what I deal with on the weekend.
No, it wasn't. This wasn't that. It wasn't upset. It was the fact that he made a comment about Public Enemy. About saying that, yo, what happened to that nobody is saying anything anymore. So you probably was busy, but you didn't chime in to go on his side and say, yeah, you right. Like, yo, what's...
This was on the radio?
Yeah,
morning show.
It was morning show. I'm a fan. It's like you're one of my good friends.
I appreciate that.
You know, I play. I don't go. I play the one. I listen to y'all in the morning, so I'm playing it.
Respect.
So when it was going on, I'm like, yo, he right. Like everybody's good. Not one person doing bad. Not one person got something to say to tell that person out there, like, yo, this is what you do when you messed up. X, Y, and Z. We did that. All records was made back then. When someone was in trouble, a song was made by it back then. Not one person doing not one thing. We don't got to save the world, but we don't have one person saying anything.
No, none of the big names in hip hop these days say anything.
Right.
That is not cool to say.
What do you mean? What about troubles in the world?
No. Not to preach it. Just to give something to a child who doesn't know but one side now. You ask a little girl, she want to be a stripper. You ask a boy, they want to be a rapper. Before they have more things they want to be. Not now they want to be one thing because they only seeing one thing. But if your famous rapper says one positive thing or something different, it'll give them a choice. Yeah.
Well,
but not even to preach.
Right.
Just something else from the norm. Some other story.
What are you saying, Terrence? I don't understand what you're saying.
You're just making
You're making
movements.
symbols, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt. I didn't want to interrupt. You was talking. Eric's camera guy was coming.
So come in.
Eric's camera got to come in. It's fine.
I saw him outside.
That's cool. No, you make a really good point too, because when you look at like the artists right now, you don't have to be preachy.
You don't have to be preaching.
Yo, we're talking about, okay, for example, if there's a little girl who's a Nicki Minaj fan, she's getting 100%, sorry, no offense, content-wise, shit. It's basically all crap. Can you give her just one little thing where you do a record where it's like, no, this is, and she'll have, it's just there's not enough. And it's not just to pick on Nicki. She's not the only one. Rarely. Even, Drake, same thing. Drake's always about the hardships of life, being rich and drinking and fucking women. Come on, there's some real things you could touch on. You don't lose total sight of being a human being.
People won't not stop playing you, and they will always still love you.
That's the thing I don't get.
Yeah, Jay does stuff like that.
Jay does.
Like he made the record about his daughter.
A veteran, though. The
Jay-
veterans still do.
All right.
You still, Kanye West will still come out and do something. The veterans will still do it. People ask me again, too, why you still rhyming? Okay, well, Rolling Stones is the Rolling Stones. When
Right.
Mick Jagger goes out on the road on tour, he makes $457 million. If U2 goes out for that year, it's $257 million. This is how they do. Like if Aerosmith goes out, they bring in up 127. I get these numbers, but they come out. But I'm looking at what we're doing. If we walk into the building. Now, you don't got to give me, again, with the Kim and Minaj thing. Again, Minaj gave Kim the respect. I don't expect you to just keep hitting me up with it.
No.
Just acknowledge it.
Yeah.
To an extent. Like they do. Like they acknowledge. Tito Puente walking there, you.
Yeah, why?
Bow.
Man,
like, yo, we don't do it. We don't do it.
I think Tito Puente's dead.
Oh,
I know.
But if
But
you
anyway.
walked in, hologram Tito Puente.
Hologram Tito Puente.
Hologram Tito Puente.
No, but I feel that way all the time. I feel I get and then they're like, a lot of people will say like, yo, the kids ain't supposed to care about that shit. Yes, they are.
They are.
Like
You doing your job.
I go to improv class, right? It's super white, right?
Yeah.
So we play this game called Hotspot. It's like a warm-up game.
Right.
Where you make a circle, someone goes in the middle, and they sing a song, and as soon as that song makes you think of another song, you tap them out and sing a song. So it's like, you supporting them. Like they don't have to be out there alone. They sing every Beatles record, Rolling Stones,
Oh, yeah.
all these, and I'm like, they 19, 18 years old.
Yes.
Like that means those things are passed down from generation to generation to generation.
Hey, yo, one safe. This is it. And I'm done with this. This is crazy.
Okay.
If I go to a radio station, say if I'm on station, whatever, went back, XM or regular, and the phone rings, I say, pick up the phone, ask them how old they are. 19 years old, 22, 17, 14 years old. Thank you, Mr. Sermon. For what? Just for doing something different. But they will have you think that my age is going to call that phone.
Right.
It'd be children.
Of course.
It'd be kids. Like, yo, that new Ricky or that new you and Sheik Lutz is crazy. just because it's hip hop music. There's something that is.
They
I'm
don't
giving
care.
something
They don't
different.
care how.
I know, but they will make you think that they're not listening, like you said, that they don't care. They do care.
And what about all that talk? And when I tell you, Saif, you and I host at Best Buy Theater every couple months. We host at Best Buy. When I tell you that EPMD Hit Squad show was the most rammed I've seen the Best Buy
I
Theater.
missed. I was pissed. I heard it was crazy.
Yo, listen, your comedy thing though too. I did not know that you was actually doing it. I thought you was just hosting it, like
No, I do
having your
stand-up.
things.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know
yeah.
that.
He's going
Now
hard.
I gotta go, huh?
No, he's going hard now.
No, I know
Getting
now.
good.
You said improv class. I gotta go because you gotta. Did the big one come up yet? The one.
Oh, it's this Tuesday and
This
Wednesday.
Tuesday, I'll be
My
there.
birthday.
Oh,
Come
see?
through. Your birthday, I'll be there.
Yeah,
Promise you,
birthday.
we'll be there.
Yeah, it's
That's
lit.
hot.
You're gonna be there. Yeah.
Now,
I did stand up last night, and this kid, you know that kid Jay Farrell from SNL, the black kid, the new he does all the impersonations.
Yeah.
He saw me last night. He was like, "Oh shit, Cypher Sounds, what you doing here?" I'm like, "I'm going on first." He's like, "You do stand up?" I'm like, "Why the fuck nobody knows this, man?"
You're new.
No. We know about your comedy thing for
No, they know,
years.
like they know I produce a show.
Right.
People don't know I do stand up.
It takes you
Exactly.
time. E-Dubs, what is the most consistent, biggest check you get right now?
The publishing
Damn.
check.
Which one? Publishing from
From
what?
what?
It just be tons of songs. Don't forget, I got on my publishing. I got 300 songs on that. That's listed. So, from it'd be
You
more.
don't know like what's your most money making song?
Yeah.
Man, I think at one time, Mario Winans, one song was bringing me 80 grand every 6 months.
Oh, the I don't want to know.
For your
For
customer.
the drums, for the
Yeah,
fucking
for
drums.
the drums alone. And you know what's so bugged out? Because I own my
crazy.
publishing. So people be like, yo, how is Eric still able to eat? How is he? Because you know me, I'm not a flasher. I don't have all that. But when they come to my home or they see or whatever, like even some of the artists be like, they'll go to Atlanta and go to New York and be in Brooklyn and be like, yo, how are you? Because they don't know about publishing. They wonder why people fight, like the Lots and people that was fighting for publishing. That's your life. You know if you get checks,
I know.
you know what it is.
I
So
still get my Nina Sky
Yo.
6% publishing
exactly.
check.
What? So even when Juice was out and I sampled Marvin Gaye before I even had this Marvin, 1991, I was still getting checks from Juice up to 1999 from 91. That was about $1,000, $500. That was only, and I only had maybe 10% on there. So imagine me owning the Blackout and Blackout 2 and all Red. Don't forget, I don't do a song. I'm all of Redman's.
Whole album.
I'm all of Murray's. I'm all of EPMD's. I'm all of, if it's Das, if it's K Solo, if it's Alfonso Hunter, if it's Dave Hollister. Besides
You said
the one
Alfonso Hunter.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Just the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Blacker the berry, son.
Yo, that's why he knows everything.
I did street promo for that when I was 14.
So when you see Reservoir Dogs come out, if it's been played, even though Isaac Hayes took all the percentage off the record from the album of Jay-Z,
Sample.
so I still was able to get something from it. Marvin Gaye, his wife gave me 30% of that.
Wait, you got
sample.
30% of music?
Yo, 30%, couldn't believe it. But I paid her 200 grand. They was hurting. So when I paid the money, paid 150 to Jan, the wife, and $50,000 to the lawyer. So I still get money off of that. But most of it come from Red and Meth, and then a lot of the R&B, like Dave Hollister, Chico DeBarge, D'Angelo. You know my roster is thick with music.
What about, do you get EPMD money?
Yes, because I
Publishing?
plays every day on XM, and then the Old School at noon. That check constantly keep coming.
Constantly.
Don't forget, I'm waiting for that lick to come. When I get that, you can get with this commercial when you put one of them songs in this. I ain't get that yet.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a great check for Black Sheep.
Oh my God!
What a gem.
Whoever got publishing on it.
Whoever
Whoever
got
owns the
publishing
publishing.
on it. Or as my girl said,
you-
the hamsters.
The hamster commercial.
Right.
Said, do you know what
So you
song
don't
this
got
is?
there's no EPMD songs in a commercial like that?
None.
No worldwide
But we
Nissan
get
joint?
played every single day at E. Don't forget, if I'm hearing it here, around the world, somebody's song like
playing
Nina
it.
Sky getting played somewhere
Yo, I
every
get
day.
checks.
Every
I
day.
get checks for Nina Sky. It's like some Norwegian morning show and a TV show like a Regis and Kathy Lee or whatever. Played it for 10 seconds. and
I was in Dallas Austin's when I first moved to Atlanta. I was in his office one time. A check was on the thing. It was a publishing check. It came. It was for TLC. It was $700 grand.
That's funny you say that. I just saw Dante the other night. You know Dante Ross?
Yeah.
When I used to work in Fat Beats, he
Yeah.
came into Fat Beats, and I was like, oh shit, that's the dude that did all the Grand Poobah records and all that shit. I don't know why he did this, and I told him this the other night. I saw him at Best Buy. He came up to me, he's like, yo, check this out, and showed me a check for Everlast, not House of Pain.
Whitey Ford.
Everlast Solo.
Oh yeah, the big record.
$700,000. I'm like,
Rock
I'm working in a record shop.
Rock Wallet, Christina Aguilera for Dirty. It was the first check he got was $1.6 million. Publishing. Only owned 40%. Don't forget, you got Reggie he got 600 grand. He owns whatever 10-20% for the rhyme. Rock Wallet has it, then she has it. It was $1.6 million for Let's Get Dirty, one record.
So he got 1.6 for 40%.
But don't forget, that's in the beginning.
What Redman get?
So it gets
700,000.
It was 600 exactly. So you got to understand. So, but that's the years going down. Forget every year it gets lower and lower.
Right.
Lower
Oh
and
yeah,
lower.
my Nina Scott checks
Yeah,
are $400.
Yeah, but listen,
And they send you some envelopes.
It's incredible though.
Yeah, I
Can you
still
imagine
get-
sitting there and you getting $400 a pop? So I add all that up. People ask me, that's how I live. I live.
No, you add those up?
I live on, but them don't come. I'm still in the hundreds.
Oh, no, I know.
Yeah, as far
I'm
as
not saying you're down to the Nina Scott.
Here's it. Yeah, I own nothing on the album.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
just saying every 6 months I get a check,
must get a check.
no matter what.
Yeah.
All right, you guys just discuss another topic amongst yourselves. I have to go to the bathroom. This is what
Okay.
makes One Epstein special.
Man,
Syph,
yo,
I'll-
do you?
I'll give you an album.
Do you?
Muddy Waters. Discuss.
Yo,
What
so I
always
did not
wanted
know
to
you was doing that. That was you performing.
Yeah.
I know your show because I know this time I heard you say, "Yo, my birthday boom was coming down." Because who's performing with you?
Tony Roberts.
Tony Roberts.
Yeah, funny as fuck.
Funny as hell. That's what I'm going.
Yeah,
Tony.
Tony.
Oh, that nigga's
We got the
hilarious.
same birthday. Me and him got the same birthday, April 19th. So, but you know what it is? Because speaking of Nina Scott, I remember they were signing me, and I also used to manage them and DJ for them. So I
Right.
go on the road, and I was like, damn, I wish I could rap or sing because I'm a hard worker, E.
Right.
So I was like, some rappers I see are fucking lazy, man. They don't want to, I don't want to get up for interview. I would come late to shows.
Right.
How you come late to a show? You supposed to perform at 1 a.m.
Right.
What the, so they lazy. Not everybody. I'm not saying everybody, man.
They are a lot of them.
But a
are.
lot of them, they just take it all for granted. I was like, I wish I could fucking rap, man, because I would run circles around these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Then I stumbled on, I always loved comedy, but then I stumbled on doing it myself. 'Cause Chappelle was one of the first people to tell me. Chappelle, when I used to DJ on Chappelle's show, he was like, yo, you're funny, man. You should do stand-up. I'm like, hell no, I'm not going out there just by myself.
Right.
He's like, yo, I'm telling you, try it. I tried it, failed miserably.
You try to wear first.
Well, that's the thing. I started my show.
Okay.
So I would just come out, and it was my radio listeners.
Right.
And I'll be like, yo, I got a comedy show for you tonight. Here's the host. Have a good time. And I leave. Then the next time I did the show, it's packed.
Right.
Next time I do the show, I say something funny. Because I've always been funny,
Right.
but I wasn't a comedian. I say something funny, and I get a laugh. That shit is like,
Right.
you get a laugh, and you like, oh, shit, that shit, boom. So I try to do it again. Then you get like 5-6 laughs. Then you got a little material. So then other comedians were like, yo, but this is your crowd. They all know you. You got to go where no one knows you. I was like, all right, I'll try it. I went to like some shit in the Village. It's called the Village Lantern. They'd be like open mics or these little,
You go to Village Lantern too?
yeah,
I
they
used
got
to go in there too, yo.
they got
That's
these little
so
hood
hard,
rooms.
Comedian. That's a lot.
Yo,
man.
Cypher Sounds. So if they know me, right? It's like, yo, Cypher Sounds from Hot 97. They be like, oh shit, Cypher Sounds. Yay. About a minute in, they like, I will be funny, motherfucker. Like, it don't matter. You're not DJing. What do you do?
Right.
And I was fucking firebomb.
How much material? 5 minutes?
Yeah, like 5 minutes or whatever. I was doing horribly.
Yeah.
And when you bomb on stage doing comedy, that shit hits you in the gut,
That's
yo.
what I'm saying. You gotta have. I think that is more balls than that to be rhyming or whatever. So and so to be sitting there with this, hoping that joke passes.
Yeah, I mean, because the music will carry you when you
Yeah.
perform. Especially if you got a hit record, forget
Right.
it. That shit, as soon as you drop it, you hear the reaction.
Yeah.
So I kept working at it. Good people gave me advice. Jamie Foxx, Tracy Morgan, Wayans brothers, all of them, and they just gave me advice. Yo, you should try like this, or maybe you shouldn't be so nervous, or talk more about yourself and do this. And now, like, the longest set.
How you get the Caroline contract?
I used to be at another spot called Comics, and I was like their competition, and they were like, "Nah, we want you over here. We want you over here." That's different. That's promoting.
Mm.
If you pack a room, you're gonna get a. They're gonna give you a. You know what I mean? I packed the room.
Pack a room, right?
So it's like two things. Like one, I'm the promoter, and then one, I'm the comedian. So it's two different roles, two different hats. But yeah, Caroline's is like,
I'm coming.
yeah, come through, man. It's fun. And yo, the thing about comedy,
Stay in the back. You in that room.
one is lots of girls, because either girls come in groups or girls come with a date.
Right.
They don't be like just packs of dudes in a comedy show. Like
Exactly, right.
So it's always a lot of girls,
Right.
and like all the stars that come through, nobody really like bothers them. Like maybe you get a picture or autograph, but like
every time I go to the comedy show, they get me.
no.
Mike Epps got me. Chris Tucker got me.
No.
Every time, like yo.
But, can they see you?
No, they ain't that. No.
Oh.
They know. The front desk or whoever it is.
Yeah.
Let them know who in the house and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
coming.
yeah. Some
They
people
coming to get you. Yo. That what's that dude? That played in Poetic Justice with Tupac.
Oh, Joe Torre.
Man, that nigga I had a hoodie on, and it was hot in L.A. The guy was hot, and he's like, I mean, let me have it. For like 2 minutes straight.
What do they say when they get after you? What do they say?
Nah, it's just whatever. I just had the hoodie on. It was mad hot. Shouldn't have a hoodie on. It was hot. It was murdering me.
Yo, Jay will. He told me I'm never, ever coming to none of your shows. Never.
Nah.
I'm like, why? He's like, nah, they're not. He's not gonna get me.
Roasted. I don't care, but again, certain people in the front, Mike Epps. Luckily, somebody distracted him because he was about to get on me in L.A. Something came up and he was.
Yeah, but you sit in the front.
I know, but I'm thinking I'm showing support.
Nah, no.
Don't show them support.
I mean, yeah. If you cool and you don't have a fucking.
I don't care if you get on me.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
you. I didn't know him.
It's funny as fuck.
Yo,
but they know you though.
Homeboy
they know you.
He was about to get on it too because the girl I was with was, she was Caucasian. And he was about
Oh shit.
I saw him. He like, ooh, and then somebody distracted him. You know what I mean?
All right, here's a good question to ask you this week. So we almost witnessed what we thought was one of the worst demises of a duo ever in Mobb Deep. Apparently it wasn't true. I don't know. Who knows what the fucking truth is? But I was saying there was no way they were going to recover from what happened. I said no one recovers from that. But then I thought the only duo that recovered to make business work after a horrible breakup was EPMD.
Right.
EPMD's breakup was that bad?
What?
Horrible?
All I know is people got tied up in houses and horrible shit happened.
This guy's crazy.
Bad stuff went down. Did you and Parrish ever get it to the point now where do y'all actually really get along now? You and Parrish?
Yeah, we do because after you get older and it's a business now, we look at the situations as far as it being a business. At the time, again, we was young. Money was being made. It wasn't being split. Like everything else goes when money comes into play. It's Dre, no matter where he's at, it's money. You know what I'm saying? So it come into play. People thought different things. And again, if it wasn't for, this is messed up, the death of Tupac and Biggie Smalls, EPMD probably would have never got back together. That's the only reason why the phone calls went through is because we thought that we can shed some light into the business from the negative. That's the only reason why we the call was even.
So you guys hadn't talked at that point?
Nope.
But before
We haven't talked from 1992 to 97.
Damn.
As EPMD, first 3 albums, whatever, y'all were best friends. Like
We was best friends before that.
that's what I'm saying. Like you were best
Yeah.
friends, like high school,
So as kids,
High school.
junior high school.
so as little kids, your parents all knew each other. Eric and Parrish.
No, the parents wasn't really that tight, but me and P from ninth grade to high school, and then I was
Best friends.
Yeah.
Like in school, y'all was always hanging out, whatever.
Yep.
And then money comes in.
And you're young too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, EPMD, people don't know the story though. Come on, we had 4 #1 albums in a row.
Yeah.
Not only was we famous, we didn't even get a chance to even blow before we had everybody else around us famous.
Right.
Hey, so on this charts at the same time, we got Solo sitting there, Dot sitting there and Redman sitting there. So now the hit squad, before you even heard of Cruz, that's the blueprint. We said it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. There was
blueprint.
nothing really like that
we
before
said it.
y'all came in.
Never seen that before. Now the crew of rappers,
And were they signed to you?
it was all signed to us.
They were
Under
signed, right?
Well, when me and Paris had Dot Effects, it was through a company
Right.
called Parakin. Paris and Eric was called Parakin. We was signed Dot Effects through that. But Redman was with me, and Solo was with him.
Right.
And so, in how quick a period did it get bad for your relationship? Did it just like was it quick?
Again, we blew, and we had Burt Padell. You know, once you start dealing with Burt Padell, you know, there's money
Money's
involved.
flying.
So money is flying. So we was blowing, and again,
Damn, Burt Padell back then? 89, 90?
Burt had everybody. Everybody that was famous and that was used, Burt had them. I used to watch Robert De Niro come in there too. That's before when I first saw his first black wife he had. That was shocked me because it was the gangster. And they were like, you know, whatever.
How many black wives
Right.
did he have?
A lot.
So Madonna.
About
and
3.
Everybody, Burt had every last Rakim, from whatever it is, from Madonna, Burt had every client.
Wow.
All of us.
So you make money, then y'all not best friends no more. So now, you wouldn't call Paris your best friend now.
Nah, but it's still a person who I'm gonna always love because he was the one that believed. Like before, I had a lisp, as y'all know.
Of course.
rhyming. But yeah, but it was heavy back then.
Yeah.
You know, in my rhymes, you can't even tell them my rhymes no more. People are like, yo, why you stopped them? Like, I don't know. Maybe because the rhymes people I be around just, again, stopped me from doing that heavily. But at the time, you know, he believed in it. And so when he took his college money to say, let's go make a demo, that's your school money you taking for a possible dream, you know? But he didn't rhyme at first. He was a DJ. But he knew that I rhymed. Like, you know what? We can make a group.
Wow.
You to do that, and I go behind you, and we'll win.
So he was he really led the movement mentally, as far as being like, this is what we're gonna do. We can make this happen.
Yes.
Wow.
Eric and Paris making dollars. Hashtag dollars will then fuck up your friendship.
Yeah, very interesting, right?
That's everybody's career, man.
Oh yeah, that ain't how old.
Everybody's
You
career.
came out with. How old were you when you?
17.
17 when the first joint. Kids.
Don't forget, the thing about that made Jay so powerful, he was 26 years old.
Oh yeah.
So you look at Jay-Z being 26, that was abnormal.
And he had mad problems with money when he was young. It just wasn't rap money.
It was a rap money. So
You know what I'm saying?
all the kids that came out and rap were children. So you see LL Cool. Somebody was like, you know, was saying our ages the other day, and he was like, yo, they can't be that old. Yes, we can, because I was your age when you was playing me. Even though it just sound like, yo, we should be in the 46ers, Dr. Dre in them category. We wasn't. We was children. So I'm 4 years earlier than what y'all was. Yeah. I'm at home listening to MC Light. I'm at home listening to Biz. I'm at home listening to Public Enemy. I'm at home listening to Rakim. Meanwhile, that's in my era, but we know we're out.
Yeah, you're just a few years before.
You know, so we looking at them like, people like, yo, what do you mean you heard MC Light? I'm like, yeah, I heard them at the crib. Like, they was out before me. My colleagues, most of them was out before us.
So do you think there's anything that could happen at this point? Like, you and Parrish got over something serious.
Mm-hmm.
It was real. And you guys got over it for the sake of, you had a lot of history.
Yeah.
You knew you could make more money together. Business-wise, it made sense.
You know what? I can't even give you that.
It's not even about that.
I don't forget, I'm already have a solo career. Even though people say, well, it wasn't successful as EPMD. I don't know what you're reading.
I loved your solo albums.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying as far as people just feel like, you know, career-wise, you know, when you go and Google Eric Sermon, this is not, I don't know who got that work like me. People sit there and talk, and I look at them and I laugh. You would never be me. If I wanted to be a boaster and be so-and-so, I don't give a fuck what y'all doing right now. I did this in my sleep from 1988 to when I stopped rocking. Then they said, okay, well, Eric ain't gonna make it happen again. Then I dropped the Marvin Gaye. Oh, that ain't gonna happen again. I came right back with React. Don't forget, I never toured. You know what? When you don't go on the road, all that money, I never toured. People like, yo, how can he do that?
You did leave money on the
I
table.
had to deal with I was with every major company. I was with Clive Calder at Jive with Keith Murray. I was with Jimmy Iovine with Insomnia when you first over there at Interscope. I was with Def Jam, of course. I was with Sylvia Rome in the beginning. I was with David Seekerson at EMI. I was with DreamWorks. And then the last one was J Records.
That's right.
But like, yo,
you really did.
But I made money with I didn't jerk nobody. How people come in and make deals, everybody sold records.
The funniest thing is about Eric, as someone who's gotten to know him a little bit over the years, is Eric. We always talk about this shit, right? Because Eric knows, and I do think I don't think Eric has a chip on his shoulder, but he does know cats sleep sometimes on how illustrious his career was.
Yeah.
But the funniest thing is when he starts going off, you say shit that I'm like, God damn, that's true. Because I'm picturing the records, right? And I'm like, every major you just said, those were deals with every major.
I remember Angie Martinez said one day too, yo, how you do that? Like Rockwilder said too, I'm a platinum producer. How do you do that? How was you able to? Because I'm not a beat maker. I'm a producer. That means that if Cypher's already famous, I make a beat for him. He's already famous. He can be hot. I take you from nothing and make you somebody. It's a few of us.
Can you do that, please?
Dre,
We might need that.
Pharrell, Timbaland, take a nobody and make them somebody.
Right.
That's a different story.
What's the biggest outside thing you did? Outside, not EPMD, not Eric Sermon. What was did you get any random really big checks? Maybe it wasn't even a hit, but when you were popping,
Reservoir Dogs.
they wrote you that a big ass check to do something.
Oh.
It may have not even been a smash, but they said we need you to come produce
I
this.
tell you what, Dr. Dre couldn't make a session. I got paid $80,000 to do Dilated Peoples.
Damn.
Oh, the remix?
Yes.
It didn't even come out, did it?
It was. I did a video for it too with the video. Dre couldn't make a session, so and they had called me up. Mike Lynn, Dre's partner, was like, "Listen, yo, Eric, Dre can't make it, and you do this new group." I made the beat in the studio. It took me 15 minutes.
The platform remix, is that what it was?
$80,000.
It didn't come out. I have a white label, it's handwritten on it. That would not have been the record I would have guessed.
Yeah. I mean, of course, but I'm saying, that was back then. It was a big number. Like we had the 40,000 for me was normal for me, but compared to Timbaland with 100 and for
Right.
to make it 200, I was like, when I heard.
Okay, well, what would you get?
Whoa.
Well, in that era, what would you have gotten for something like Buy You Some? Or was that just?
Yeah, but that was the 30, 40. That was normal. Labels had money.
But did you guys do a switch off because of Keith Murray and?
No, that was just something that was just done from just being in the studio. There was no switches.
By the way, no disrespect. One of my favorite lines in that song is when he goes, "It's like Father Dom. It's like Keith Murray. Father Dom isn't anything like Keith Murray."
Yeah, it's not. But Keith Murray thing too, the fact that the impact of people know the story though too. Keith Murray was in jail for 3 years. Def Jam gave him $2.7 million.
Yeah, I remember that. I was around that. those days.
Everybody knows the story. People don't even talk about that. That was unheard of.
Wait, and he never even did anything. Did he ever come out and do
It
it?
came out, but again, something with the
Oh,
label,
yeah, that's right.
the whole number still, $2.7 million. Leo and Kevin gave Keith Murray.
Yeah,
Because it looked like he's about to go. Because Puppy called him for the fat
Mary?
girl that did special delivery,
Yeah.
the Mary J. Like, oh no, he's about, and then I was
About to
boom.
go.
But again, that's the type of stuff that was given because they knew what I was coming through. Clive Davis gave me $4 million. If anybody would pull my J Records contract, they would see that Eric Sermon and Clive Davis was half and half. It was unheard of, the deal Clive gave me. When he made money, I made money. That's how big Marvin Gaye was. He's like, yo, we don't care. Let Eric get what he want to get, whatever. That's how my life was been with labels. Give him money. You give it to him.
You had some random remixes during that time too when you were with Clive. Didn't you do some random shit on Jay like Angie Stone?
Angie Stone.
Yeah, it's some.
Think.
My sunshine has come, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever record. But again, but I was doing a lot of. That's when remixes again was something that you did though. But again, at that particular time, it was a fun thing and it was a simple thing to do.
All right, I want to name a couple things, and I want you to throw out roughly what you could have gotten
Juan
paid for
Epstein.
them. This is special for one I've seen. So if you like
Mostly
this,
Epstein.
Shades of Lingo, Mad
Oh, my
Flavors.
God.
How much that check?
anything that was on when I went to Atlanta, Dallas wanted me to do all the rap music that he had. Those were mostly all his groups. It wasn't something that I would have picked.
So it's a favor.
Yeah.
It was still good.
What do you call
Illegal.
Illegal was the
what label?
was one of the good ones.
Rowdy.
Rowdy. Yeah. I did
Illegal
all the rap on
that
there.
Illegal album.
The Legal album's crazy.
Illegal, the Chronic, which Lil Zane was on. That was a little group called the Chronic. You probably heard
Oh,
of it
no,
before.
Lil Blunt and Chronic.
Yes.
Oh, I
Him, Chess
remember.
Lingo, but those still were small checks.
Oh, they were on the label with Alfonso Hunter, right?
No.
Different label?
That was all Rowdy.
Hold on. So
Rowdy was different.
hold on. So Shades of Lingo, because you were doing that for Dallas, it wasn't necessarily a great check. It was just something you were doing to look out.
Right.
Although you did drop that
They
verse.
paid me $10,000. I think it was something small.
You may remember may remember Eric's classic line. It's the E with the shades. Lingo. Lingo. Bingo.
Yo, at that time, I was so relaxed because people had told me though too, like, yo, I was slipping. Reggie said, yo, E, you slipping. Because I ain't have hitting switches before Puffy called and came and got me. Because I was really comfortable and I started doing shit like that. So Reggie came down and said, yo, man, you got to change up a little bit. And because you losing what you supposed to be. So then,
Reggie told you that.
Yeah. And then Puffy had called for Who's the Man soundtrack.
Hitting switches was crazy.
Oh,
And
hit switches. Fuck.
Had came. And again, that video was crazy because
Wait, what? That was a solo?
It was Who's the Man soundtrack
That
solo.
was my first
Solo
solo.
song.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Biggie
Oh
was on
my
the set
God,
the
that was the
whole
shit.
time.
Biggie was on the set of the video?
The whole time. Because Hype Williams and Puffy shot the video. And Biggie stayed the whole time.
And just hung out.
Yeah, because he wanted to be on the record. He was like, he had told Tracy Waples, he said, listen, I need to go on the Eric Sermon album, make that happen. And I didn't know him and I already had friends.
Did it never happen? Or do you guys never worked
I
together?
had him. Wait, it's a long story.
Oh,
I had
we
him.
heard so many stories about Big. He was a
had him.
hip hop head. Like,
I had him, man.
of course he would have loved that.
Yeah, yo, the nigga, in the last episode of Rap Pages, they said, yo, Biggie, when you get on, who do you like that you would want to come up like? He said, Eric Sermon. He said, I like how he move. But again, I really can't, when you talk to people and be like, there's nothing, I can tell you I could be friends, but I don't say nothing that's false. These rappers, Wu-Tang Clan, I had them. I had The Game. I had Ludacris. I had 112, Jagged Edge, whatever that was in that rim shop in Atlanta, Outkast.
What do you mean you had them?
They was all trying to get on.
Oh.
They was all trying to get on. I was too young to be like, hey.
Oh, you could have had them.
Right.
This is what happened to the rim shop.
That was after the Freakniks happened.
Oh, the
that
rim
went
shit.
down.
Oh, the rim shit.
What do you mean? What happened after Freaknik?
The city changed.
Oh, after Atlanta changed.
Atlanta
Gotcha.
changed, yeah.
Forgot about that rim shot.
Me
That
too.
was famous.
Yeah.
You did all the runs at my old station down there in Atlanta, right?
Hot 97?
97.5.
All of it. 97.5. Chris Level, Luda, everything. The whole truck, the vans, all of them was done. They was all done by me. All that, the Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons. Dave Justice was one of my homies. Whatever.
He was on Atlanta early too.
see,
Yeah.
No, I'm
you the first cat?
I opened up.
Wait,
There
wait.
was nobody in Atlanta.
You before Fife?
I was.
Who was there first? You were Fife. Fife was very early too in the
I
Atlanta
was
game.
early, but I made he'll tell you, I was on the front page of the Constitution. It's the New York
Newspaper.
paper. in here.
AJC.
Eric Sermon moves to Atlanta, Georgia. That means the mayor asked him. The mayor was Bill. He gave me the key. I ain't take it. I was Hosea Williams was the person who did the homeless. I gave him money to feed the homeless that in Georgia. There was nothing moving. The Platinum Club with you tell you about the club there too. Whatever that was, Georgia was me. I brought them cameras down there. I shot Stay Real there. I brought Jalen Rose. I brought Shaquille O'Neal. I brought everything to the Georgia, but there was nothing happening but me in Georgia. I was Atlanta.
That was a quote, yo.
Every Friday.
Too Short came after me. Said, yo, Eric, I see you in the Source magazine. What you doing in Georgia? I'm like, come down, you'll like it. Then he called Scarface. And then Pac used to come down all the time.
You fucked with Pac too?
He was at my rim shop in the front selling rims.
What do you mean selling rims?
You know what I mean? No, I'm saying, but like at the front, like
Was it the hologram Tupac or was it
Hologram
real
or
Tupac?
real Pac?
Nah.
You had hologram working in there?
Wow. Damn. Yo, so Eric, tell us real quick about, you were telling me earlier about this health situation that you wanted to address with people. I
want to say this real quick before we go as far as on the Juan Epstein show, the fact like gunfire, AIDS, and cancer is not killing black men faster than heart disease is, meaning that high blood pressure and diabetes is killing more black men than gunfire, than AIDS, than cancer. So for those that are not going to get checked up, and that's the last thing you're going to do is get your heart checked or getting the EKG, whatever, just knowing that that's what's killing the most black men, period, is high blood pressure. And I got to say, big pun, too, the Puerto Ricans, too, not only just the brothers, but the Puerto Ricans, because Fat Joe said, too, 6 of his boys went. That's why he got skinny, because after pun, it was 5 other guys that he knew that wasn't fat that died of high blood pressure.
Wow. Now, is it all it takes is the EKG? Is that really all you need to get done?
No, well...
I mean, as far as finding out.
At least just knowing that your heart is okay.
Okay.
You know, echocardiogram would be good too, but forget, you got to have insurance. You know, that like insurance will get you, because that stuff costs a lot of money. But either to get your blood pressure checked is a big thing, because you don't know. Don't forget, I know people around me who don't go to the doctor. I've been a doctor in 6 years. People don't go get a checkup. That's like something that you don't do. But
Especially
that's
not,
what
yeah,
happens.
not our type. Him,
don't
he
go-
goes every week.
Yeah, exactly. Not us.
And he brings his dog with him.
Yeah.
We don't go. But that's the number one killer. Not gunfire, not cancer, not AIDS.
He's not saying go out and shoot people.
Right.
He's not trying to get that up.
Right,
No,
right,
heart
right.
disease is horrible.
Number
yo.
one.
Wait, so what? You had something or you found out?
I had the heart attack.
Oh
I
yeah,
had the heart attack
I
in
forgot
November.
about that. Yeah.
How serious was that? I forgot.
It was small, but it still would have
Was that from you?
escalated high blood pressure. It would have escalated if I didn't get there in time, because I was too high enough to have a stroke. But see, again, I was fortunate to be able to live to talk to the person about that. You know what I'm saying? Because Heavy D didn't make it. If he
Was it right after Heavy D?
Right afterwards.
Yeah, I remember. Because it was quick. We knew you were okay quickly, but I remember seeing the headline. We were at work.
After Heavy D?
Yeah.
When the Heavy D passed away?
He passed
Oh.
in early November, because I got
It's been that long already?
because I got at the hospital November 15th, and I went to Heavy D's wake that night. I was barely weak, but I still went to Heavy D's wake. I
Yeah,
got
so-
out the hospital, and I went to the wake that night.
November. We're in April.
It was
right
Watch
now.
the Throne. Yeah. It was a while ago.
Wow. Damn.
It was Watch the Throne. Night 2 was the day that Heavy passed.
So you had a heart attack. Where were you? In L.A.?
No, I was home. I was watching TV. I was watching CSI, like I do every night. CSI, Law and Order, back and forth. You know, and I felt the pain, and I said, you know
Home
what?
where? Here in New York or Atlanta?
In New York.
You
And I
live
said, you know what? I'm gonna go in the morning. I go to the emergency room if it's still messing up. So when I woke up again, I had a blazing headache. Now that's the stroke part. If the headache is someone, that's what you might be having. But the high blood pressure was making just a little bit of sharp pains. But when I got to the hospital, it was so high they give you nitroglycerin to put in your tongue, try to drop your pressure as fast as you can, because you in trouble when you that high.
Shit.
So after that, then they did a whole big test where they take this camera, put it to your groin, and the camera goes up into your thing.
Excuse me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And they put a camera through there, and they put like some blue dye. So when they let the dye go, it's just warming your whole body, but they can see the heart. To see, because they have to have the dye in there, and they have the shunt and stuff ready to go, just in case they have to put a valve or something. They have it already on there inside you, ready to go already. But mine was clear. But was the enzymes is what you know that you had a heart attack. That I'm having one now. But high blood pressure, not even no big numbers. You can
Right.
have small
What's your,
numbers.
what were your numbers when you had the heart attack? Crazy?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, yours was high.
I was way close to stroke material.
Like what's a bad blood pressure?
Well, this is your high number is supposed to be 120, then 80, you know. So, but my shit was 190, my low, and my high was 300.
Oh my God!
Holy
automatically,
shit.
I'm already not. I wasn't supposed to be walking, but I didn't get the blurry vision. You know what I mean? Because I'm on some other narcotic that's making me not have no symptoms. You know.
Wow.
What I'm
So
saying?
how's your blood pressure now?
Yeah, it's stabilized. But don't forget, like I said before, I took off 12 pounds. The more weight you take off, and then the more
Less risk.
the less risk. But then you take off more weight, exercise, it reduces it. So once I get more fat off, it ain't guaranteeing you, because you can be in shape and still be messed up. It's just high blood pressure don't care about that. It's a silent killer.
Sodium.
It's the sodium. The salt that you take in your body from sushi or either whatever, or canned goods, anything that got something to do with this, with sodium. When you read the sodium thing, it says 1,000 sodium grams. You're like, what? You don't know you eating that salt.
Why does
taste it? Chinese food, the number one that will put me under. Chinese food, whatever no MSG, you can't taste it under. Chinese food is the murderous.
Well, that's why.
I love Eric Serry, yo.
No, the way Eric talks is
The way
amazing.
he talk is like,
It's only Eric
be a
Sermon.
motivational speaker. So. Under.
I know. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Under. Hot.
But it's crazy. I saw a stat recently about diabetes in the black community. It's 1 out of 3 people, I think, in the black community currently.
75% of the world. White folks, too. See all the commercials? Be white America on there.
Yeah. Ugh.
White
Scares.
America skinny people,
But
too.
I think white people, and I don't mean to make a blanket statement, but white people go and handle it. Or
Well,
they go to the doctor more often, or they
can't
have.
afford that medication.
yeah, no, privilege enables you health insurance and being able to.
Yo, and that's I didn't really realize that until like the hospital bills come back, Syfe, and you be like, yo, 100,000 for what? For what? The bed? Like, my daughter had a headache. Remember?
Yeah.
$64,000 for the 2 days in the hospital, and then the test they ran on you.
Shit.
So imagine with no insurance what you happen to pay. That's why people don't go. Them bills is insane. What are them doctors so paid?
Ladies and gentlemen,
4,000.
ladies
That
and
is all. Wanted to ask about Redman.
well, ask him. We gotta go get yelled at soon
Oh yeah,
by our boss.
We gotta go get.
What, Ebro?
Yeah, it's our life getting yelled at by Ebro.
Ebro's, we shouldn't be doing that yelling no more. It's just, that's old now.
Nah,
That's what I said.
You know what? He brought it back, man. It's a resurgence.
That's old now. Nobody doing that no more. Okay, ask a question.
No, I want to know, like Redman, like, how did you discover Redman? Because he was a DJ, right?
Reggie DJ for Do It All for
Lord's Underground.
Those Underground.
Did he DJ for
I saw him. I saw him at Club Sensations in New Jersey, and Do It All was rapping, and he said, "Yo, my man rap too." And Redman said this one quote: "I float like the butterfly, sting like the rock group." That's all I heard, and I put him on stage that night. Cause the metaphor was
and was Do It All thinking, "Hey, wait a minute, I want to be on stage."
but yeah, for some reason he wasn't angry. Yeah, again, he ended up being low, and that probably gave him the motivation. But he wasn't angry. I just heard that one metaphor. I float like the butterfly, sting like the rock group. That was it.
Done. That was all it took for you to.
One line.
You put him on stage that night.
That night.
In
He
Jersey.
was like, yo, what you doing up there? You know, Bismarck Q was DJing and whatever. People were shocked to see him up there. Like, what you doing up there with EPMD? But I kind of knew. Like, you kind of knew when Keith Murray, K-Solo brought Keith Murray to the crib, and Murray was like, yo, let's squash the beef, cook it, and we all can get fat. I'm like, hold up. You know, why didn't you rewind that back?
Who brought who? K-Solo brought Keith Murray?
Yeah. Well, Murray forced, did this to Solo to bring him to the crib. Because because Murray was telling Solo to bring him to the crib, and Solo wouldn't do it. So after a while, Murray was like, listen, man, we're going to Eric's house.
That's gonna happen.
It's happening now.
18 years old, Murray.
Was Murray?
What did he say? What was his line?
Something is like that. Let's squash the beef, cook it, and we all can get fat.
And then you just know from that?
Yeah. I just because it was abnormal, the metaphoring on how the metaphor, like I didn't hear it that way.
Right.
You heard punchlines, but not this slickness.
See, and I like how you used to make beats. Like, when you made beats for Redman, they were Redman beats.
Yes.
Yo, Keith Murray. Then, because like some producers, like you know their beats, like that's just the style of beats they make. Yeah. You have to adjust your style to their beat. You made specific beats for those people. Now I used to intern in what was the studio in Long Island?
Oh, Music Palace.
West Hempstead?
Yes.
Yes.
Mike.
I interned there after I got out of college from my studio program.
Whoa,
and
how the hell you end up there?
Because it was like right near, I went to National Community College. and they had like a studio program. Yeah. So I went to Music Palace. I used to drive out there. And before that, also I used to intern in where PE started with
I've never been there.
In not Freeport.
Roosevelt, yeah.
Was it? No, it wasn't in Roosevelt though. It was in Uniondale. What's it? Not the Bomb Squad dudes. The other one. He was like the third member that was kind of quiet.
What? Eric Sadler?
Paul something.
Of the Bomb Squad?
Paul. He was down with them.
No.
Not Paul C.
Not Paul C.
Paul something.
Down with the Bomb Squad?
It was the same. Yeah, it was the same. He was down with them. It was the
same. He couldn't have been because only Hank, Keith, and Eric Sadler.
But there's another guy that was down. He might have been the little dude that they had. Right. It was the same studio where like Leaders was formed and Young Black Teenagers was formed.
Okay.
So anyway, Music Palace and Keith Murray used to record there. Yeah, and I used to like there. I was like cleaning up the studio and I would put up the reels of Keith Murray. I would put up the reels because I had to learn how to align tapes.
Right.
And then I would look at all the reels and I'd be like, Keith Murray, and I would listen to the tracks individually, and I would be like, he had like bowling pins in the background or some shit. And I'm like, why?
I did.
Why does he have this? Why is this? Why is this in here?
Wow, like Reggie, before we go, Pharrell used to be like, "Yo, Eric, where's them W30 beats you had? The W30?" Because I used to just put whatever that was around inside the record. We used to just put stuff on top of things. 3 drum loops on top of each other with basses and stuff didn't have a key, but I used to match my key up with them. For some reason, but match the key up with the samples before time stretching. I used to match them up somehow. I used to do the live throw-ins. Like the stuff used to be live in the choruses. Like what you're saying, da da da. It was, we could speed up. I would slow it down with the hand and push it. Whatever. We didn't have no sync and
computers and all.
We didn't have that.
You know what this Syph?
I see him. Word up. You're quite hostile.
All right, Juan Epstein, Eric Sermon. Listen, the mixtape. Brother Fresh Air, 100,000 downloads, no politicking. Eric Sermon on that Piff, 50,000 downloads on mixtape.com. Who the hell is doing that? As a veteran, holla at me.
And it's the tracks are in stereo.
And in stereo.
Yeah.